need to take your time with communication instead of rushing with it. Then you need to understand this one thing, that communication can be learned. That is hard work. No. Smart work, yes. If I'm saying something to you, or let's say if you are talking to me and I don't listen to you clearly, how are you going to communicate with me?
Welcome to Uninterrupted, where communication means no interruption.
Welcome to Uninterrupted, where communication means no interruption. Today, I would like to talk about how you can become a master at communication. If you start following the tips and tricks that I'm about to tell you today, you will become a master at communication in no time. I promise you that. But before that, like, share, subscribe, and also turn on that bell icon so that you know when I'm posting something. So the first tip that I would like to talk about today is take your time with communication and give it some time. This is very important. You need to take your time with communication instead of rushing with it. You can't decide today and become a master at communication within a week. That does not happen. So you need to have patience with communication, like with any other trait, and give it time. That means give that learning time. Learn new things, know more about it, but give it some time. Do not start rush, So give it some time and take your time is the first thing that I would like to tell you. Second thing from my side is self-confidence. Now, confidence is something that you'll have with time. It will grow by time, when you will understand more about communication, when you will start having conversations with people. But how much of self-confidence do you already have? How much are you confident about your communication? You need to think about that first. Because first, if you decide that you are going to work with your communication, you're going to improve your communication, you need to understand that if you are confident about your own communication at this moment or not. If you are not, then you need to understand this one thing, that communication can be learned. It can be developed. It is not something that you have to deal with whole of your life. No, of course you have to deal with it, but in a way that it'll be easy for you. So self-confidence is important. Third thing that I would like to tell you is reading and reading. Yes, I cannot stress more that if you do not start reading now, you won't be able to develop the confidence the way you want to. Seriously. But I can promise you that if you do start reading from now onwards, you'll have amazing catch and amazing hold on your communication. I can promise you that as well. So start reading. Read books, read articles, read about the topic that interests you. Read anything, but start reading. After that, I would like to tell you about pronunciation. Now, pronunciation is again a very important aspect. In fact, it is the most important aspect of communication. Why so? Because as soon as you start speaking out something, as soon as you open your mouth to say out loud some words, you need to pronounce them, right? If I don't know how to pronounce words, how can I pronounce? Like if I say pronounce or pronunciation, all is different, right? So you need to understand pronunciation, and yes, it is not pronunciation, it is pronunciation. Remember that. Now let's talk about the fourth point, that is hard work. No. Smart work, yes. So do some smart work now. We are living in a world of technology, and smart work is easy now. So take online help for communication. How can you take online help for communication? You can look for some videos that can help you, like this one. You can read books, articles, you can find new words, you can understand the concepts of sentence structure, you can see if you're speaking correct or not, you can record yourself, and a lot of things you can do with, by opting smart work instead of hard work. So smart work is important. Start taking that online help. All right, then you need to start writing. Now yes, writing is again a very important aspect. Now you will say that, Hina, we have to communicate. I'm talking about verbal communication. Why do you have to write? Because writing is also a part of communication, written communication, right? So when you start writing something, that is when you will get clear with your sentence structure, with your understanding of sentences. You will understand words clearly. You'll have more words because you're writing, and your thoughts will be more clear when you write. So start writing. Now, if your question is, what should I write? I don't go to school, I don't go to college, I don't have, I only have this laptop work. What should I write? You should start journaling. You can start writing about your day. Start writing that diary that you have never written about. Start writing stories. Start writing any thoughts that is coming to your mind. That is how you can develop written communication and communication as a whole. So write more. Now the next step from my side would be taking part in discussions. Now that is hard, I know. You don't have anyone with whom you can start those discussions, but take part whenever you see a discussion happening. There are online discussions, online classes, online workshops, even free, even offline workshops, meetups, meeting new people, and a lot of activities happening. Go to market and meet new people. Go start talking to new people. Even talk to a shopkeeper when you're, purchasing something or whatever. Talk to any school student, talk to a teacher, talk to someone in your profession. Talk more. That way you'll have discussions. And with those discussions, you will learn more. You can have any kind of discussions. There's a person standing and he's asking you the direction. Have a discussion on the direction with him. Yes, you're purchasing something, you don't like one brand. Have a discussion on that brand with the shopkeeper. Have a discussion with a friend. Have a discussion with yourself. If you can't do all of the things that I just told you, discuss more. Because if you do not discuss more, you won't be able to develop that speaking part of communication. Discussion will give you more sentences to keep up with, right? Because when you are discussing something, like right now, I'm discussing communication with you. So I get to speak so much, right? I'm speaking from last how many minutes? So that way you get to discuss more, speak more. So have discussions, even small ones, but discuss. Next point from my side would be to listen to people. Yes, that is very, very, very important, because you may have discussions, but how are you going to hold those good discussions if you're not even listening to other people? It's like I'm saying something and you're like, scrolling up and you're like, leave it. That is what not listening does to you. It'll take away your focus. It'll take away your mind from the topic. You won't be able to have good discussions with people if you do not listen to people. So start listening. Listening is the first step towards communication. Yes. Because first you listen and then you start communicating with people. If I'm saying something to you, or let's say if you are talking to me and I don't listen to you clearly, how are you going to communicate with me? You can't. So you should listen more. All right. So listening is the first step towards heading to your communication journey. So if you want to communicate more, you need to listen more. I hope you were listening to my video so far. All right. If you were not, go back, start again. Listen more. Next step from my side to grow your communication would be your tone, or I would say intonation. What is intonation? Intonation is your tone, how your pitch goes up and down. That is what intonation is. So you need to work on your intonation or your tone whenever you are speaking something. Like, for example, I'm talking to you right now, but I'm speaking in a straight line and you're not taking interest because I'm speaking in a straight line and you don't understand what I'm saying. Did you like it? No, right? But then I start saying something like, I am talking to you about intonation. Do you know what is intonation? Did you like it? Yes, because it has a tone in it. So If we don't have a proper tone in whatever we are saying, then intonation is a problem. You cannot talk in a straight line. Watch out your tone, watch out your voice. All right. And matching with intonation, my next point for you is the sound or the range of your voice. Very, very important. You can call it pitch as well. That means, is your pitch high enough when you actually need it to be high enough? Is it low? Or is it low or high? Is it varying when it needs the variation? Like if I say, what are you doing? So I'm putting the pressure on what? Or what are you doing? I'm putting the pressure on doing, right? So that is what pitch is. That is what variation in your voice is. That is what the range of your sound is. And that is very important. Again, to sound more effectively, to communicate well and more effectively, you need to have a beautiful range, because range will give you more emotions. And with that, I will come to the next point, that is emotions. Yes. If you do not put emotions to whatever you're speaking, that is a problem. That means an emotion can be anything. You're angry at someone, you are frustrated, you're happy, you are sad. I hope you're not sad, but if you are, you need to put that emotion in your words. Because emotions are a huge, it is a very important part of the whole communication. Have you ever seen a person communicating without any emotions? Even I have happy emotions right now with you, so I'm able to communicate with you. Otherwise, it will all be a straight line and I would not be taking interest in talking to you right now. So put the emotions in whatever you are saying and then see the magic happens. All right. So emotions are very important. Now, if you ask me, how are we going to put the emotions? You can put the emotions in your communication when you feel, when you know what are you feeling, when you put that feeling into the words, and that is how you need to communicate. If you are feeling happy, talk with happy tone, talk with happy words, and words and tone will show your emotions that you're happy, right? Right. And also, your smile will show that you're happy. So start putting the emotions in your communication and your communication will thrive. So I will meet you with other points in the next video. By then, thank you for watching and listening to me. Also, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, so that your friends can also communicate with you. All right. And also tell them these pointers and start having discussions with your friends, because discussions matter. All right. I'll meet you in the next video. Bye-bye.